Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Shangri-La Frontier episode 11. Episode 11, indeed, in which I don't know. Honestly. Probably some Rabituza shenanigans, that would be my bet. We'll see that. In the previous episode, a few things have happened. First of all, most importantly, probably, Rei finally got a chance to talk to Sanraku in real life. Wow, right? And he even remembered her name? That's like the 7th base already. She's, of course, very happy about this development. She was able to talk so much with Sanraku-san. Well, not Sanraku, with what's his actual name? Rakuro Hizutome. So with what? Hizutome-san, yeah. Besides that, Sanraku fought the both of the area. The spider boss, managed to defeat it, partially thanks to environmental damage, with very little regard for Emul's safety. That's gonna come bite us in the ass later. But he won, and that's what matters. Opened the passage to the next city over. There we go. That's good. That's checked off the list. And then Sanraku and the other guy, whose name I keep forgetting, but in this game he seems to be playing as Kei Uomi, or her, I don't even know right now. Real name seems to be Kei Uomi as far as the list of characters is concerned. They met with Pencil Knight, aka Towa Amane, as they said they would in a different game, and it turns out that Towa has certain information from her guild about the existence of another world boss, of another monster similar to the Lycagon, and its name is Weathermon the Tomb Guard. Yes, something with Digimon. That's how I remembered that. Weathermon the Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard is easy to remember enough. And apparently it grows stronger the more people you throw at it, so she wants to assemble an elite task force of herself, the pro PvP player, a pro gamer that is Kei Uomi, and a garbage gamer that is Rakuro. And the three of them will, in 2 weeks' time, set off to defeat the Weathermon. Rakuro tells Emul about it, and Emul panics a little bit. Panics a fair bit, actually. Opens the gates to Rabituza and runs off to tell her father about this development. That's essentially where we end. And we also get one more important information from Pencil Knight, that NPCs in Shangri-La Frontier are mortal. Emul can actually die, and it's kind of a miracle that she hasn't already. So this one, Emul will sit out in the safety of Rabituza, or in the safety of Sanraku's room, or in the safety of non-existence, or wherever the NPCs go when the player dismisses them temporarily. So it's just going to be Sanraku, Kei Uomi, and Towa Amane fighting that big bad boss. And we'll see how it goes. I said I expect some Rabituza shenanigans from today's episode because Emul ran off to tell Visage about Sanraku's plans. So Visage maybe he's gonna have some advice for Sanraku, maybe he's gonna hook him up with some Vorpal weapons, maybe he's gonna provide him with some training. They still have 2 weeks left after all, so there is time to prepare. There is time to level up, to get some new gear, etc, etc, etc. Hell, perhaps there is even time to defeat the Lycagon and get rid of the tattoos. That's also entirely possible. Although, now that I think about it, let's say Sanraku defeats the Lycagon and gets rid of the tattoos. It would be weird seeing him wear armor, wouldn't it? It really would be weird. It would be such a huge shift in his character design. I wonder how they handle that. Unless the Lycagon is just going to be this forever distant goal that we are walking towards and getting closer and closer, but never actually approaching it. An asymptote, I think it's called in mathematical terms. Yeah, we'll see that. A part of that we will see in today's episode, so how about we just watch it, right? To do it, you will need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. I think I can lower the camera a little bit. There we go. And my lamps are out, of course. And I'm gonna have to ask you for your support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching Shangri-La Frontier episode 11 in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, starting with the usual intro. I really wish this intro was just not a thing, you know? It doesn't take that much time, like 30 seconds. But it's still 30 seconds wasted, you know? It's not even a recap of the previous episode, right? That's the thing. I don't mind recaps in Helk, for example, but this is just a recap of the series. And I'd say that 11 episodes in, I have a pretty fucking good idea what the series is about, right? Maybe they're gonna do away with it in the next half of this season. I also can't help but wonder about the second OP. Should there be a second OP, of course, it's not a given. But it's basically tradition that every 12 episodes there's a new OP. I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to make a better, bigger banger than this OP, though. That's gonna be a really hard task. Yeah, this opening is just amazing. That reminds me, I need to send the full version of this OP to my friend. He would like it. He would really like it. I have a feeling he would also like Sanraku and his weird bird mask. Back in the days when... what was the game called? War of the Roses, I think. It was like... not bootleg chivalry, but... it's kind of chivalry, but made by a different developer, essentially. And he would always wear a red helmet. And that was weird, and that was what everybody just remembered him by. So he would appreciate someone committing to the bit of wearing a bird mask. And as I thought, the Rabitus are shenanigans. Yeah, seems to be the case. Oh, the jitter in his eyes. Yeah. Yep, or even some other tangible help. Yeah. I want to grow stronger, Aniki. Oh? Actually, or are you just trying to bullshit Visage? Hmm. Okay, yeah. Being upfront with Visage is certainly the best way to go about it. Yeah, we're going there to win. Chances are slim, but yeah, we're not going there to just die. We're not the band of dwarves from Saihat and Paladin. No, you can probably retry it however many times you want, but sure. Hmm. Yeah, that ought to work. That ought to work. Let's put you through the ringer now, Sanraku. Go get your collar. Could it be that Rabituza is what connects all of the world bosses? You trigger Rabituza by encountering Lycagon. Visage is knowledgeable about Weathermon. Right? Right? Visage referring to those world bosses as them, not interfering with them. So he knows a lot. There we go. And why is my camera looking this atrocious? Warmer, brighter. That's slightly less bad, I guess. Yeah. Bilak, a blacksmith. I'm assuming maybe. Okay, big sister. I mean, he is a rabbit. He is a rabbit. Yvel? Yeah, who is that? Take notes, Sanraku. Right, those dingy little things. Can you enchant them, upgrade them, something like that, +7? Ascension! Okay. I thought he's gonna like +1 them or enchant them with +10 to attack speed or something, but no, just whole ass ascension. The spider, maybe? The beetle? The boss in the marsh? Yeah, the mud digger. Okay, sold. The beetle, probably. Yep. Oh, shit's getting serious. Visage is undressing. Oh, I love it. Visage the blacksmith. Okay. Forges Vorpal gear. Yeah. Now you know where you can go to upgrade your gear. Not just any random dingy blacksmith, but you have like fucking divine craftsman on your hand. Sure, you're gonna have to actually convince him to help you every time you need his help with something, but I'd say that's worth it to even have this option to bring him some Vorpal gear for upgrade. Magic. In gameplay, it would probably be like, if you're playing a blacksmith, it's probably like a rhythm game. You have to time your strikes with the magical circles converging. Okay. Okay, is that what Vorpal is? Remembering the previous battles. I guess it also fits Sanraku, doesn't it? He remembers his past battles in previous games. He's in the zone. Okay. Okay. Oh, I love this episode already. And we're just 12 minutes in. Oh, god fucking damn it, I love it so much. uh... Can't help but smile, man. Oh boy. Oh, we still continue. I wish I had glow sticks right now. Oh, I love it so much. You have no idea how much I love it. Engraving something on them? Oh. Alright. They look like completely different. Oh, like specifically crafted to defeat higher level opponents and to make you even more of a glass cannon. Oh, damn. Fusion, another improvement. Okay. All right. Level not high enough. You're gonna have to grind a fair bit. Yeah. Hopefully you have other weapons at your disposal. Oh, I know the pain of being level 20 and getting a weapon that you cannot use until level 57 or something. Especially if it's like a set item or a unique or something. What's that on your neck? He was listening to Visage's song. Cut him some slack. I mean, yeah, you need all the info you can get. Oi, cazzo. Fair. What's that on your neck? Absolutely nothing. Oh, is that like Emul carrier? I guess. Oh, those are Emul's ears. Emul is clinging to Sanraku with her ears. Okay. Okay, why not? I guess she's an accessory now. Emul became back bling. You're going fishing? Oh, let me guess. Fishing gives you a lot of XP or something? So that's what it is. Yes. Cat stays in the brightest tool in the shed. Yeah, you're associated with Sanoraku, so... Right, that's not gonna last for long. Yeah. It's a premium cosmetic item. Hey, if Black has it, you're gonna get something unique out of Weathermon. Right, how do parties work? Do you share XP or something? Yeah, that's the sci-fi element. Okay, we still have some time. Oh, is that the dungeon? I thought it's a whole area in this style, but apparently it's just a dungeon. Okay, that's fine. As long as Sanoraku can get to level 50, whatever works, works, right? Oh, man. Today's episode was great. Like, legit, it made me just want to put on some Korpiklani or Helvetii songs and put, I don't know, fucking spoon in my... What's it called? Where you bake pies and shit. Put it there and start fucking striking it with a hammer. There is very, very few pieces of media that make me feel so much. this episode was just something else, honestly. And the minis. Yeah. That's not bird seed. Okay. uh that was just a good episode. That was just a good episode. Let's watch it again, shall we? Oh boy. There we go. Skip the thing at the beginning. All right. Recap. Yeah, this is cool. You need to play your cards correctly and actually get to the NPCs' like sensibilities, the NPCs' beliefs and whatnot. You need to understand them and pick your dialogue options accordingly to get what you need. And I need to note it down that Rabituza is actually the key to defeating the world bosses. Rabituza is the key to defeating the world bosses. Right, you start this scenario by being acknowledged by the Lycagon. Visage knows a lot about the Weathermon. Right, he knows the entire backstory. He knows who Weathermon was before he became the world boss. And there's also the bit where he says, yeah, talks more about the Weathermon, of course. And then I made up my mind not to interfere with them, so Visage knows about more of the world bosses. Not just the Lycagon, not just the Weathermon, probably all of them. It really leads me to believe that Rabituza is the key. Starting this scenario is what actually allows you to defeat the world bosses. Especially if this is the kind of gear that you can get from Rabituza that really seems geared towards defeating world bosses, right? Defeating enemies that are higher level than you, playing a lot into your strengths, giving you like HP regen, all sorts of stuff like that, right? Interesting. At the same time, it wouldn't be the best game design if the Vorpal way was legit the only way to defeat those bosses, because that would mean everybody who plays a tank or a mage or a paladin or whatever just gets screwed right from the get-go. So I wonder if there are perhaps more scenarios like that for specific classes, for specific playstyles. For example, you tank enough damage from the Weathermon to the point where the Weathermon recognizes you and up shows a talking turtle that takes you to Turtle Land, where you go through the path of the turtle to become the ultimate tank. Or some other boss, you kite them enough as a mage, and that boss acknowledges you as a mage, and boom, there appears a talking squirrel, and it takes you to the Magica Squirrel Land, and you go on your path of being a mage, right? I think there might be something like that, which means there is hope for Katsu. He might still find some way to become the ultimate brawler, which would be cool. And yeah, Sanraku, of course, playing up the angle of justice, right? We don't want the Weathermon to be utilized for evil. We don't want those bad people to start, exploiting it, yada, 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 all of that. We have 2 weeks. And yeah, a visage, of course, helps. And in the process of that help, we get an absolute banger of a song. Yeah, next stage of the event. I really like Bilach? B. Okay, B, just B. Bilak. I don't know why, but on the list of characters from Anilist, her name is Beelchch. Bilach. Bilak. Or how does he say it? How does he pronounce it? Bilak. Bilak. Big Sister B. Kind of like Evel, whoever Evel is. I guess I'm just gonna note it down out of context. Evel. Should we ever encounter a character of that name, I'm gonna remember that he was mentioned already. Those blades see you as a good master. They got a fine countenance. And weapon ascension. Not just a +1. I fully expected Visage to +1 them or forge in some sort of an inscription on them that gives you attack speed or movement speed or something like that. I did not expect turning them into a completely different weapon, but that's cool. That's cool. That's actually great. Good materials from the beetle. And yeah, that's how you can tell that shit's getting serious. It's undressing, turning into the blacksmith mode with a whole ornate blacksmith hammer. My brother inherited the kingship of Rabituza. I inherited the forge. Boss is a blacksmith, not just any blacksmith, ancient craftsman, one who can forge the lost weapons of the divinity. Yeah, ancient and divine, just the best blacksmith there is, but you can't just walk up to him, throw him 500 gold coins and have him forge a weapon for you. You need to work for it. You need to work for it, you need to convince him that you are worth helping, you need to bring him an appropriate weapon, appropriate materials, etc, etc, etc. That's cool. I always love me a game where you can really develop your weapons. Instead of just replacing them for others, you can just do something with your initial weapon. Magic circles. I really like to think that this is how the blacksmith job works for players in this world, in this game, where you have to time your strikes with the magic circles. Transcendent skill grants grants it its true form. Weapons that bear the name Vorpal. Remember the memories you forged with them and the power of the strong foe you handed Pops earlier. Yeah, so Vorpal seems to be based on memories of battles past, of the experience you gained, the memories you've gained, etc., etc., which is interesting, which is an interesting concept, and kind of puts the Vorpal soul in like a new light, where it's no longer like fully abstract thing, but we can start thinking that, hey, maybe Vorpal soul is being able to tap into your past experiences to utilize them in your current battles. And again, this really fits Sanraku, because he utilizes his experience with tens or hundreds of however many of games he played before, and uses that experience of, you could say, his other lives, his alternate selves, or whatever you want to call it, in the context of this game, right? He taps into that and utilizes all those skills. That's why he has the Vorpal soul. I think I might be onto something. Actually, does it even need noting down? Sure. Sanraku is Vorpal because he uses his skills gained in other past games. That's what gives him his Vorpal soul. And changes the weapon's shape. I'm real curious to see what your weapons will turn into. This is also very interesting, that you don't ever fully know what your weapons become. And here we get the absolute banger of a song. I'm gonna have to listen to it again after I'm done recording, I swear. This is amazing. Just singing and forging and doing stuff like that. Actually, give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna be back. There we go. As a kid, I had a shed. Kind of. It was next to the garage workshop that my father had, and I used to make all sorts of weird shit like this. That's why I was so incredibly hyped with this episode. Like, look at this hammer. This is just a tree stump with some metal and a piece of wood on it, and it was great. A crossbow. No, this one actually wasn't mine. Neither was this one. But there should... No, I think this is from before I made any crossbows. But, like, look at this. Do you know what it is? This is a gnarled branch and a piece of, like, a garage door... whatchamacallit? Not swivel, not swing. The thing that makes hinge, a garage door hinge that had a very nice shape on it to be pretty, and I just sharpened it with my father's help, stuck it inside of a branch. There we go. There's a mace, again, a piece of a twig with a couple of pieces of steel, an old axe on a really big branch. Any other photos of my own creations I have here? Oh, there we go. This is the garage door hinge. You can see the openings for screws. This is a close-up on the long axe. This is another hammer. This was, I think, like an aluminium tube that I filled with sand and bent the ends, stuck a piece of wood in it to keep the sand from falling out, a piece of metal pipe. Man, the memories. And here you can see me wielding it. This is 10, 12-year-old me, something thereabouts. A bow. Yeah. Oh, this is probably my best creation, this knife. Memento Mori, eh? Still have it somewhere. Still have it somewhere. That was a trip down the memory lane. There we go. Now we can continue. Now you know why I got so excited and why I got the urge to... Actually, I think it should be somewhere here. There it is. This I actually forged. There was something like a convention / Renaissance fair in the area that I go to every year, and one year I just paid them 100 zloty or something, and I was able to forge this knife for myself. Could have been better, but hey, I made it myself with the heat of the forge and a hammer and... There we go. Oh boy. Yeah, this song really does things for me. The glow of heated metal. I can almost smell the burned steel. Oh man. It's great. It's amazing. I love it. From a technical standpoint as well, the lighting is amazing. The singing is great. Who's the voice actor? That's something I also want to check out. I don't think we checked out who's voicing Visage, and my camera really cannot decide on proper exposure, can it? There you go, that's better. The voice actor behind Visage is Akio Otsuka, who also voices not many characters that I would recognize, I'm afraid. Oh, Thorkel in Vinland Saga, PP in Pop the Pipik Season 2, someone in Dongitsune? I thought for a moment it's Baki, perhaps the same author. Yeah. Kruger in Doll's Front Line. That's a character I recognize at least. And plenty of others I do not recognize, as I said. Okay. There we go. This was great. This was amazing. Vorpal Chopper has taken its true name and form. Moonblade Waxing and Moonblade Waning. A twin blade with a crescent-shaped blade. One blade in the form of two. Each needs the other to have meaning. When fighting an opponent of higher level, crits reduce your HP, but a power bonus is added to your next attack. So you trade your own health for added damage, which is perfect for a glass cannon because you aren't meant to be hit anyway, right? You're supposed to dodge everything. And the other one does the opposite. It doesn't add power to your attacks, but it heals you on crit. Cool. Cool. And a certain number of successful crits adds to the fusion gauge. And I would assume once the fusion gauge is full, you get like a Zweihander or a short sword or a singular dagger or something like that. But alas, requires level 50. I was really wondering all this time, what is that he has on his neck? Is it a new accessory he got? Is it, I know, did he tear his feathers from his neck in frustration? Is it supposed to be for comedic effect, how he, I know, like some birds have that neck bulge and he bulges his neck bulge? I don't know. I had no clue what it's all about. Only then did I figure out that it's Emul holding on to him with her ears. Bold Avatar, that Katsu got. Yeah, I still have no clue whether Katsu is actually a boy or a girl. I don't know. Whatever. And yeah, we get some added info. Living corpse would outlived his time, so not entirely just a cyborg, but used to be alive. So essentially a robotized zombie. Iron ruins. Grind with with a map and a fishing rod. Curious if fishing gives you more XP than actually like defeating monsters in that area. I was immediately reminded of Warframe, where is it? Is it on Fortuna? No, it's not on Fortuna. It's on the other open world. Plane. Yeah, it's on the plains. On the plains of Eidolon, the best way to get standing with the local populace is not to actually do the quests for them. It's to go fishing and sell the fish for standing. Go figure. And on Fortuna, it's mining. Mining and selling what you mined actually gives you more XP than doing quests for them. I know, maybe it's balanced differently nowadays, but last I checked, those were the methods you would utilize. What disguise? That's just an accessory. This is cool. I'm glad that we didn't just completely discard the whole shtick with Sanraku having to hide from the general populace, let alone they just hound him and try to figure out what's the deal with Emul, what's the deal with the special scenario, etc., etc. He still has to hide. It didn't change even after arriving to another city. There are still people like that. And Katsu really wants a unique as well. Unique dungeon. And the song again. I mean, I wouldn't mind if the mini was just the song again. I wouldn't mind if the ending was Visage's song. That would actually be great. That would actually be amazing. And his own theme. I wonder if this is actually like a childhood rhyme that they sing in Japan or something like that, or is it actually something that Tanaraku made up here on the spot? Those are some nice nods. Like a pigeon hit with a pea shooter, taken off guard, stunned, eyes wide and in shock, like a pea shooter to a pigeon. I guess his eyes are wide and in shock, so that checks out, doesn't it? There we go. It's been a while. It's been a while since I had this much fun with anime, with any piece of media, honestly. This was just great on so many levels. I really did not expect Visage to start singing and sing such a banger. Yeah, this show continues to have amazing music in more ways than one. I love the fact that Sanraku has a new weapon now, like forged by a divine craftsman and whatnot. I always adore those sorts of mechanics. And whenever / if I ever make my own game like that, you can bet your ass weapons will be upgradable in those ways. You can bet your ass they're gonna be. But that's just a hypothetical because I can barely run Unreal 5 and I don't know any other engines. That was just a fun episode that really sent me kind of to a different world, kind of back in time. It really sent me back to the days that you've seen in the photos, where I would be listening to Korpiklani and other folk metal, mostly Korpiklani, some Helvetii, some other folk metal and folk rock and folk music like that. And I would just go out and go to the forest, grab myself a branch of yew, and then turn it into a bow, and go to the forest with an axe in my hand, pretending to... I don't know, pretending that there are dangers lurking in the forest, and I really need that sword on my hip. That was fun. That was great. That was amazing. I love it. I love it. Good shit. Really good shit. Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess I don't have anything more to say. But maybe you guys do. Maybe you have something more to say. If so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode? My reaction, my theories, stuff like that. No spoilers, please. Spoilers, go to my Discord here, also in the description. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to be notified of future videos. Not only Shangri-La, but also Magia Record, Shy, Helk, Saiheton Paladin, Shield Hero, plenty of others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified of when I go live, because I do sometimes. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube itself via memberships, super thanks, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's the list of my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without a Net, The Corporal Survivor, Zayriner, Akomaster, Dr. Watt, Marshall, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them, and maybe you'll be given a chance to forge your own weapon.